guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's been quite a while since I've last filmed. I've been going through some shit. Yeah, it's been about 2 months since I've last filmed, and I have basically just been going through some super bad anxiety and possibly depression. I'm not sure. I haven't felt depressed in quite a while. And with the depersonalization, kind of makes it hard to know how I'm actually feeling at times. But I know I've been anxious, probably for forever. But it's really been kicking in this past month. I started a new job in my same field. I'm still doing customer service, except that now instead of working with people, in front of people, and talking to people where I can see their faces and just read their body language, I'm working at a call center, so I'm talking to people over the phone, and it's been quite the adjustment. It's been very hard, and I'm struggling with it. It's probably the hardest job I've done in quite a while, probably since I started working in the first place. But I've been struggling with my anxiety. It's been not letting me want to film. It's been taking a toll on like how many times I see my friends, or if I talk to my friends, or reach out to my friends, my family. It really sucks. And on this past Thursday when I was at work, I had an anxiety attack at work. And my hands were shaking, and I almost threw up at my desk. And I started crying, and I stayed in the bathroom stall for like a half hour, crying, trying to make myself not cry, because sometimes with anxiety and depression, you don't know why you're crying, you just are, and you have all of these feelings, and you don't know why. And for me personally, I have been struggling with the validness of my anxiety. Like, I know why I'm anxious. I've been going to therapy, and we've been talking about this all month. It's all I talk about at therapy now. And I know that, I know why I get anxious, and I know why all of these feelings are taking over, and I know why I'm crying at work, but I don't know why I'm crying at work. I don't get it. It's not processing in my head, and I feel like I'm overreacting, which is something that I do personally a lot with my mental illnesses. I understand them, and I understand how they work, and I understand the circumstances that cause certain parts of my mental illnesses to like kick up and react in ways that they do, and I understand how my brain works and why it reacts to things a certain way. But after like, I don't know, 16 years of dealing with my mental illnesses, I am still struggling with the validness of them, and still struggling with feeling or knowing that it's okay that I struggle with this stuff. I still feel like I'm overreacting. I feel like, yeah, sure, you're new at your job, and there's hundreds of people who work there, and you're in a cubicle, and you've never worked in a cubicle before, and you are not like able to see the people who talk to you, and the people who call in, don't see your face, so they think they can yell at you because they think you're not a real person. I get all of that, but I still think you're overreacting just a little bit. I still think that, you're taking this too hard on yourself. And that's a hard thing to do. It's hard to argue with yourself in your mind, and to tell yourself that you're not overreacting, because it feels like you're overreacting, because you're the only one making a scene at work, and you're the only one crying at your desk. So that's what I've been struggling with. Like I said, I had an anxiety attack at work on Thursday, where I was sitting at my, I got to work and started crying pretty badly, so I had to go to the bathroom for about a half hour, and then I went back to my desk when I felt like I had it under control. And then as soon as I sat down at my desk, I started crying again, and my hands were shaking really bad, and I almost threw up. So I had to reach out to somebody at work who I felt safe talking to about it, and then eventually that led to like a meeting with my manager and my supervisor, which in all fairness was already set up to begin with, because we had to do like a a review, I guess, on how I'm doing at work. But it led to me talking to my manager and my supervisor about my anxiety. And I feel like it helped. I feel like it opened a good line of communication between us. However, I don't know, I feel weird about it, I guess. I feel like I could have done more to hide it. I feel like I don't know, maybe I'm not drinking enough tea or, spending enough time in front of a fireplace reading books. I don't know. Social media, like Tumblr and Instagram and even Facebook and even YouTube has a way of making you feel like you're not self-caring well enough. Like they don't really show the bad parts of self-caring. Like today, for the first time in years, I think since like 2010, for the first time since 2010, I went to the doctor today. I went to the doctor, and that's self-caring. And that's not something people talk about. People don't talk about how going to the doctor, and paying your bills and eating, making sure that you eat is self-care, and it is. And people romanticize it. People act like, curling up in a blanket and drinking tea and wearing a tutu is like self-care, and maybe sometimes it is. Sometimes that is all you need to like take care of yourself, but it's a lot more. It's a lot more, and it's dirty, and it's a struggle. And it's hard. Self-caring is hard when you have anxiety and depression, because it's the last thing you want to do. The last thing you want to do is focus on how you're feeling. But kind of have to. It's hard to self-care with depersonalization because I already don't connect to my body, and I already don't connect to myself. I already have issues like looking in the mirror and not recognizing myself, so it's hard to sit and self-care and take care of myself and my life because I don't care about it. And it's hard to make yourself care about life, especially now. I was talking to my therapist about like my mood swings and stuff lately, and he gave me that kind of worried face. But I was basically telling him how like there are times when I'm sitting on the couch and I can literally sit there all day. I'll get out of bed, like on my days off, like I'll get out of bed at like 9 or 10, go down to the couch, not eat until like 5 or 6, and I've been sitting in the same spot all day on the couch. And it's hard to not just do that every day. It's hard when you wake up and you're like, I don't have to go to work today because what does it matter, So it's hard to make yourself care enough about your life to get up and go to work and pay your bills. But yeah. Sorry that my first video pack isn't more positive, but I just wanted to be honest about why I haven't been filming and why I haven't been doing anything. So yeah, so hopefully, I went to the doctor and they gave me hydroxyzine, which is, according to them, supposed to give me a better sleep and help with the stress, which I'm not sure that I'm stressed. I don't think I'm stressed. I didn't tell them that I was stressed. I told them that I was anxious. So hopefully this will help. They only gave me enough for a week, but we'll see, I guess. So yeah, so that's why I haven't been filming. That's why I've been gone. I'm trying to push myself to keep filming and to keep going, but we will see. So yeah, take care of yourselves. And leave me comments down below if you guys are also feeling anxious and why you're feeling anxious, and what do you guys do to self-care? How do you take care of yourself? Because I don't know how to take care of myself. I'm 26 and I never learned how to take care of myself. So there's that. Alright guys, see you next week hopefully, and be safe.